Diversity in teams comes in many forms and is often just as non-visible as it is visible. One aspect of diversity is cultural differences, which can be a barrier to group cohesion. Think of culture like water. It is invisible to the fish swimming in it, and yet it is always there. Until that water changes temperature, gets salty, or the current shifts, you're unlikely to be aware of it.
But diversity is as valuable as it can be challenging, promoting innovation while also expanding cultural competence in an increasingly globalized world is necessary. Scott Page, author of The Difference, uses the toolbox analogy. Everyone has their own toolbox or a set of skills, and the more diverse a team is, the more tools it can utilize. Having many tools is only as helpful if everybody on the team knows to or is open to learning how to work with a different set of tools.
When working in diverse teams with members from various cultural backgrounds, one difference is to take account of its collectivist culture versus individualist culture. Examples of collectivist cultures in the world include Asian countries such as China, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and many Latin American countries. Some examples of the most individualistic cultures of the world include the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and the US.
Features of collectivism include putting harmony of the group over the individual interests. Work is done not for the benefit of the self, but for the benefit of the group. While on the other hand, an individualist prioritizes productivity over harmony, often involving more competing ideas, and each member is expected to take personal responsibility and expects personal recognition and gain. In this video, we will compare and contrast cultural norms between collectivism and individualism to be aware of when working in a diverse team.
Let's look at how a group project might begin in the United States.
I think that the chapter on group conflict was interesting. We could probably write a paper on it pretty easily.
I don't know, maybe that's too easy of a topic. Seems like a cop-out, and the other groups sound like they might do the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we should write something else.
Okay, what about project time management or diversity?
Okay, yeah, that could be good. Maybe project time management. I've had some other classes that went over the topic, and I don't think the other groups want it.
Sweet.
No, me too. I feel like it wouldn't be too bad to know.
Here we can see how individualistic groups would typically choose their group topic. There is often a horizontal power structure where there is less hierarchy and a greater openness to sharing ideas. It is very typical for groups to deliberate on topics rather than to be assigned a topic. Let's take a look again now they're meeting up to discuss their progress. The group settles with greeting each other and begins to work.
So last time we said that Riley and Nick would do the research portion so I could start on the rough draft, but I don't see anything in the document. What's the deal, y'all?
Yeah, I took some notes and sent over to Riley. I thought you were going to write up a review.
I thought I messaged the group chat. I had a midterm that I had to study for. I couldn't do as much as I initially said.
You only mentioned the midterm. You never said anything about needing help. I mean, I could have taken over more. How about I do the work now and you do the polishing stuff later?
Okay, yeah, I'm so sorry. I got so caught up with studying. If you're willing to do that, then that sounds good. I can do the discussion portion and the conclusion. Does that sound good with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This scenario exemplifies the norm of low context communication within individualistic cultures, which means that needs are expected to be expressed explicitly without any ambiguity, and direct communication is highly valued. It also shows that members look after their own immediate needs rather than the group's, and the responsibility of failures fall on them. While this can lend to clear communication and less guesswork, it also can lead to more confrontation and explicit conflicts. Let's take a look at what a conflict might look like in an individualistic culture.
So I looked over the chapters, and I think that section 1.4 and 1.6 would be good material for the portion of the essay on the deadline setting.
Yeah, I just can't start that work until Marcy finishes page 3. Are you done with that, Marcy? Or are you just going to keep playing Candy Crush or whatever it is?
Wow, bold of you to complain when you did nothing the first 2 weeks. Yes, fine, I'll get the lit review done by tonight, but this is my least important class out of 17 credits. If it's that important to you, why don't you do it?
Could you at least get off your phone during meetings, or are you writing your thesis right now?
Maybe I am.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking AP credits too. It doesn't mean I get to just do less work. My grade is just as important. You're not going to mess up my 4.0.
Wow, somebody's got a 4.0. What are you, a graphics design major? What does a 4.0 matter with a useless degree anyway? But yeah, alright, I'll get off my phone, buddy. I'll have the lit review done by tonight.
Okay guys, let's just focus on getting this done. We're all busy, so let's get it over with.
Whatever, yeah.
Here we can see how the task typically prevails over group harmony within individualistic culture. Politeness and saving face is less valued, leading to more explicit aggression. We can also see how the I takes priority over the we. Individuals are highly concerned about how actions affect them rather than the group. This means that for effective group projects to occur, each member will typically need their own personal motivation to be involved and expect to be personally recognized for achievements. In an individualistic culture, to stand out and speak up is a good thing, and direct confrontation is seen as the fastest way to solve problems.
Let's look at how a group project may begin in a collectivist culture context, such as Taiwan. In many collectivist culture, group harmony and fairness are often considered more important than individual preference. Because of this, instructors may assign topics to ensure that each group is treated equally. In these environments, students are often encouraged to prioritize cooperation and group success over personal choice. Accepting decisions collectively helps maintain harmony within the group.
I heard that the instructor will assign the topic this time.
Yeah, that usually happens. The topics are often assigned randomly to each group.
Oh, I see. That's different from what I expect, but that makes sense.
Yeah, this way is fair that way because each group has the same chance.
Okay. So no matter what topic we get, we should try our best and to support our rest of the group.
Exactly. The important thing is working well together as a team.
Yes, as long as we cooperate and communicate well, we should be able to handle this project.
In collective cultures, harmony and cooperation are often prioritized over personal preference. Group members usually try to maintain positive relationships and avoid conflict. Because of this, individuals may be more willing to accept decisions made by authority figures or by the group as a whole.
After some time, the group meets again to discuss their progress on the project. In collectivist cultures, group members often try to support one another and avoid directly criticizing others. Instead of focusing on individual mistakes, they tend to emphasize teamwork and shared responsibility.
How do you think everyone in a group is doing with their part of the project?
Yeah, I think most of the sections are going well, but one part might be a little behind.
Okay, that's okay. We still have time to do before the deadline.
Yes, and if needed, we can adjust our workload and help each other.
I agree. It is more important that the group succeed than worrying about who is responsible.
Exactly, and if someone's busy with other assignments, the rest of us can support them.
Yeah, as long as we keep communicating, our project should go smooth.
Yeah, and let's just focus on finishing the project well together.
Yeah.
In collective cultures, responsibility is often shared among group members. Instead of blaming one person, the group focuses on solving the problem together. Maintaining harmony and cooperation within the group is often seen as more important than pointing out individual mistakes.
Now, let's look at how conflict might be handled in a collectivist culture. In collectivist societies, maintaining harmony within the group is very important. Instead of openly criticizing someone, group members often try to address problems in a more indirect and supported way.
I noticed that the draft is still missing a page 3. Do you think we should review the process together?
Actually, let me check. Oh yeah, I noticed that as well. But maybe someone in the group has been busy with other assignments.
That's understandable. If needed, we can help with last sessions so we can make sure that project can move forward.
Yeah, I agree. It's better for us to solve a problem together instead of focus on who is responsible.
Yes, the most important thing is that the group can finish the project successfully.
Right, if we support each other together, we should be able to complete everything smoothly. In collective cultures, conflicts are often handled in more indirect way. Group members try to avoid embarrassing others or causing someone to lose face. Instead of blaming individuals, the group focuses on maintaining harmony and solving the problem together.
Through these scenarios, we can see how cultural value influence the way people create, communicate, and collaborate in group projects.
In collective cultures, maintaining harmony, cooperation, and group success is a top priority. And group members tend to communicate more indirectly and focus on supporting with each other.
In contrast, the individualistic culture often emphasizes personal responsibility and direct communication, and also the individual achievement. Well, this can lead to clear expectation and making faster decision making, and it may also create more direct conflict.
Understanding these differences is important when working in diverse teams. By being aware of different communication styles and cultural values, team members can collaborate and more effectively and create a more inclusive and productive working environment.